Happy Hump Day. Facebook. Y'all know I was coming. Y'all know I was coming with a giggle and a smile. And a message. Always. Won't stop, can't stop, ain't gonna stop. I got something to say to y'all today. And I hope that you will receive it with a beautiful, open heart. Because when I bring these messages, I have to walk through some shit. Unfortunately, fortunately. Sorry, not sorry, right? That's what Spirit says to me. Healers heal. That's our topic today. Healers heal. There's two things I thought about. The first thing I thought about was the saying that says, you can take the horse down to the water, but you can't make them drink. Right? And so we think about that broadly, right? But I got a deeper revelation of that. You can take people to where they need to be, and you can't force them to do what they need to do, right? That's usually the interpretation. But Spirit brought to me, what is the essence of water? What is the essence of water? We know that water is one of the elements that we as spiritualists use for our workings and things like that. But think about what's in water. The first thing I heard in my spirit in thinking about water is that it's nourishment in water. Water makes up most of the human body. We need water to cleanse with. We need water to wash our clothes with. We need water to live. Okay? And they said you can live longer without food if you have water. And so Spirit brought this to me. Taking that horse down to the water. When we think about a horse, it's a massive animal. It's a massive animal. Strong, can run long distances. It's just magical, powerful animals. And when I look at that, I think about us as people with purpose. People that have callings and things that we need to do, that we have been chosen to do on this earth. You have to look at yourself as a massive, powerful being, just like that horse, right? So we're taking that powerful, massive being down to the water and imagining this big, massive, intelligent being not drinking that one thing, that could keep him going or keep her going, that will nourish her, that will nourish him. You take them down to the place where, like I talked about it, their recharging station, and they refuse. And so it is for the topic at hand. Healers heal. Healers, you are that water. Healers, you are that breakthrough. Healers, you are the answer. I'm getting choked up. Wow, this thing is hitting me deep. You are the answer to a lot of people's prayers. And some people did not pray for you to come along. It was their mothers. It was their fathers. It was their ancestors. Maybe their spouse. And here you are, walking this path, going through all the shit you're going through, and you come to the fork in the road, and Spirit is saying, some of us, we just pick a path we want to go on. But those of us that are spiritual, we're always tapped in with Spirit. We're asking Spirit which way we should go. Now, when I came back to Charlotte, North Carolina, I can only talk about me. I didn't want to come back. I did not want to come back because a lot of things happened to me here in Charlotte that caused my trauma. I felt like I made a lot of mistakes. I felt like, Charlotte just caused me a lot of grief. And it did. But I grew here. I experienced some powerful things here. But the core of my trauma happened in Charlotte, North Carolina. And so when I left to go to Erie, Pennsylvania, I had migrated to Winston-Salem, my hometown. That was crazy. Then I ended up in Erie, Pennsylvania, and started another journey there. And I always said I will not bring my ass back to Charlotte or to North Carolina just to visit and to see how my family was doing, my children doing. But not being fully tapped in, that was a part of the plan. I didn't know I was going to go through a divorce. I didn't know I was going to go through all these things. I didn't know. And I said if I ever ended up back here, it would be a curse. Somebody would be done curse me, and it would just be awful. But what I failed to realize that I was that running water. I had to go to a faraway place. I had to go to a different place to realize who the fuck I really am. And so it is for you. This may be where you are right now in your life, and you're walking through a path and you're like, what the hell is going on? It's because you're a healer. Healers heal. And if you are not in your full capacity to heal people just as Spirit has put you on this plane to do, on this earth to do, you're going to go through some stuff to process through. That's what Erie, Pennsylvania was about. That's what Ohio was about. That's what the death of my mother was about. That's what that divorce was about. For me to walk in the fullness thereof as a healer. All the shit I went through in church, being molested, being raped, being ostracized, being abused, being misused, being talked about, all of that brought me to this place where I'm sitting now as a healer. So when you find yourself in your promised land, when you finally realize who you are, what you've been called to do, and you start to walk in that shit, what I say, with your shoulders back and your chest up, you understand why you're being put in places or sitting in seats that you're sitting in. Healers heal. That's what we do. Spirit will bring people to you. People will find you. People will connect with you. You will give them what's in your spirit. You will give them what's in your heart. You will give them what Spirit says give. You could lay hands. You could pray. You could do your spell work. And the healing process begins. But it's up to the individual to receive what you give it. It's up to the individual to hold on what you have given them. And when that doesn't happen, and most times you will be attacked, and you'll sit there and say, I've done all this. We've said all this. This is bananas. This is crazy. It feels like this. All the good that I've done is backlashing. And all I've done is good. And if I made a mistake, I made my wrongs right. But when you know that you're a healer, you understand, baby, it comes with the territory. And when you know it comes with the territory, you begin to say, you know what? That was personal, but I can't take it personal. Yeah, that hurt me, but I can't sit in that hurt. Yeah, that made me cry, but I ain't gonna cry always. Yeah, it made me angry, but I'm going to sit right here in spirit, with Spirit, and ask Spirit to remove this from me. Because I've been sent here for an assignment. I've been sent here to do a work. I've been sent here to speak a word. And y'all know what it is. Healers, we know what the processes is because we wasn't always healed. How did we become profound, powerful healers? We had to go through some of the shit, or mostly all the shit that we help other people through. And so that's what we do. Once we come into the knowledge of the truth of who we are, we heal. And we accept whatever comes with it. We accept however it makes us feel. We accept because not only do we heal others, we begin to heal ourselves. That's what we do. Hell yeah, I cry when people lash out on me. Hell yeah, I get upset and talk shit when I feel like I've done all I can to treat someone well and to be there for them and talk to them or whatever. And then when they lash back out or something happens or they fight up against me, man. But now I understand that when the horse is taken down to the water, they don't always drink. Or they may drink and something happens, they may never come back. But you've done your job. You've done what Spirit has told you to do. You sacrificed. You gave up your time. You stayed in your energy. Excuse me. You stood on your square. You stayed in character. You were accountable. You were responsible. You did your motherfucking job. Where do you go from here? Ha, you continue healing. It don't stop, baby. It does not stop. Even if you say today, I'm going to give up. I'm not doing this shit no more. When you start to feel better, because Spirit coming for you. Spirit ain't going to let you give up like that. Spirit ain't going to let you just let shit go like that. Spirit coming for you. Okay? Because you got a job to do. And nobody can do it quite like you. Nobody can do what I do quite like me. And I noticed right at the peak, when some folk about to get a breakthrough, they spaz the fuck out. Right at the peak, when someone is about to come into their very own, when they're about to give birth, come on, right at the peak of when the head of that vision, when the head of that healing starts to peek his head out of that space, they say it's too hard. My God, it hurts. I don't want to push anymore. I actually know a woman with that testimony. And it baffles me when I hear that, when I think about that. The baby was crowning. And she said, I can't do it. I'm not doing this. Y'all gonna have to cut this out of me. What the fuck? What type of shit is that? It wasn't that you didn't have the capacity. She didn't have the capacity to push. It wasn't that her body wasn't built for it. She chose not to. And that's one of the most powerful things about being a mother, being able to push that baby out of the birth canal. You feel everything. You hurting. Some women split. But baby, that's the most powerful thing that a woman could do is push that baby out of the birth canal. I pushed all of mine out, all 4 of them out. They wanted to do C-sections. I, for some reason, now understand why. Because I am a womb man. Me and my spiritual daughter was talking about that. Because I had the capacity. Now, some women don't. I don't take away from that. Okay? But I had a capacity. And I fell down in my sanctified soul. No, you're not cutting me when I can push this baby out. I don't care how much it hurts. I don't care how much I scream. I don't care how many complications. And I had several complications. I'm going to push this baby out. And that's what I did. And so that is what healers do. You heal. You have to push forward and birth it out. Even if they don't want to receive it. Even if they don't want to continue on. Even if they reject you, cuss you out, and call you everything but a child of God. You continue being who you are. You continue building your legacy. You continue working on yourself. You continue being a blessing to others. Every fucking day, I get on this camera and I have to give y'all a message. I'm going through something. Trust me, I'm going through something. But I have a charge to keep. And a vision to obey. I don't care what the fuck it looks like. I don't care how the fuck it feels. I've been put here to love and to heal. Period. I have accepted that. And I decided that if that's what I got to do, I'm going to stand on my fucking square. And I'm going to do it well. It comes with a price. It comes with many tears. It hurts like holy hell. But if that one miss it, if that one miss it, if that one miss it, it's 10 to 20 more that's going to receive what I got. You just can't allow that one situation, that one person, or those people that did not receive you to make you stop. And so when you begin to walk in your power and you accept these things, and people want to know, why you look so young? Why are you so blessed? Why is it that when you speak a thing, it comes to fruition? Why is that you get the things that you need and you desire? It's because you have been faithful to the calling. I feel like preaching, and I am. So I'm not going to stop. When Spirit told my mother when she was here, baby, you helping people, don't you give up. That was like the staple in the damn contract. We stapled in. We locked in. We locked in. And I told her, I'm going to do this till I can't do it no more. I'm going to do this until I cannot do this no more. Healers heal. Baby, you done what you could do for them. All right? But don't allow that to make you shut down. You're going to go through the processes of life. You're going to go through the processes of your journey. Your belief system may change, just like mine. But one thing that will never, ever change about the Queen is that I will love regardless, and I'm going to heal regardless. And whatever I can put my hands on to help people, I'm going to do that. And the first thing is my voice, my boldness, and my connection with Spirit. Nobody can take that away from me. So yeah, we've taken a lot of horses down to the water, and they did not drink. And it's painful to see people perish. And it's painful to see people choose a path that they did not have to choose. Spirit wanted to give them an easier way. Spirit was trying to give them a more excellent way when you were around. So now they reject you. They treat you like shit. And now Spirit's got to take you up out of that situation and remove them. You know how many times I've been through that? And people come back and say, damn, I'm sorry. Because when you were in my life, things were happening. When you were in my life, you were trying to tell me this. When you were in my life, you were working to help me. You never did this. I got so many stories of how I was a blessing to people that kicked me in my ass or gave me their ass to kiss when I was there. But guess what? I didn't stop. I kept going. Honey, you gotta... No, they didn't step on you. They stepped on themselves. That's why you're blessed. That's why you're moving forward. That's why Spirit favors you. It's the mindset, sis. You're a healer. They don't receive it. Just like I said, taking a horse down to the water, move the fuck on. And that's where we create boundaries. I've been talking about boundaries. That's another thing that healers lack. When we don't realize that we still have to create boundaries, we still have to take care of ourselves. We can't let people pour their shit on us and us wither away. And that's another thing. When I started to learn boundaries, and then I started to realize that I ain't got to fuss with you. I ain't got to argue with you. We ain't got to fight. All I can just do is just say, okay, that's the way you feel. Okay, I respect your feelings. We ain't got to do none of that. That's your shit. That's why I put that song on my post. Listen to that little song that I put up there over my picture. That's your shit, not my shit. Because you trying to make your shit my shit so it become our shit. And so that's how we get in shitty situations. We stay there too long. We go back and forth. We argue. We trying to prove a point. We ain't got to prove shit. Because that's your shit. Not mine. Okay? We stay with that person too long. It's so many men that has pursued me in a relationship, and I have to tell them, baby, you ain't it. You're not accountable. You're selfish. You think I'm going to sit here and me being the queen that I am and let you continue to shit on me, sir? That's your shit. And healers, men and women, you can have the partner that you need. Don't let nobody tell you that. Usually when a person is all messed up and jacked up and you tell them what you need in a relationship, I don't know who this is for. And they say, oh, ain't nobody going to do all that. You want somebody perfect. No, I want my person. It fucking exists. It exists. And half of us, we trying to get people like us. But guess what? This for somebody. Your partner is not here in the States. They're not from the States. They're from over there, baby. They're from over the water. And they waiting on you. Either Spirit gonna bring them here, like my partner, okay? Or you gonna go there. Or y'all gonna connect from each side of the world and then come back together. But healers heal. That's what we do. I love y'all. I do. But I can't continue dragging people along. You know what pain is? You know what hurt is? You know what regret is? Let me show you a picture in your mind what all of that is in this waking life. When you carry pain, regret, hatred, bitterness, it's like carrying right says right. Right. It's like you picking up a dead body, right? A fresh dead body, you put it on your shoulder and you walking around with it. That's what all that shit does. That's why it's shit. That's why I say they shit is not your shit. But if you cater to it, it becomes your shit, and then it's y'all shit. And you in a cycle where you trying to fight your way out of. You should have left them where they was at. You should have left them where they was at. And so now you sick. Now you broke. Now you messed up in the head. Now you got trauma. Now you got PTSD. Now you can't get your head right. Now you trying to rebuild your life. Now you try. Because you done let that shit become your shit. And you got this dead body of regret and all of that you carrying around in the spirit. Bent over. You want to know? Do you want to know? I'm going to start doing prophetic healing readings. Because I can see what people are carrying. I remember when I was, and I'm almost done. I remember when I was, I think I was a prophetess in ministry. And I was doing this Bible study with this other pastor. And she would always call me because I have a heavy healing ministry, deliverance ministry. And that hasn't gone away. That's still there. That's why I'm able to maneuver in this realm. Well, we were having a Bible study, and there was a beautiful young lady there, melanated sister, whatever. And she just couldn't get herself together. But she would come to the Bible studies with her son and all of that. But she had a lot of crazy behaviors going on. Right, love yourself no matter what. Period. Numero uno. I promise y'all, I'm going to get the t-shirt made. But she had a lot of stuff going on. So we would do Bible study. And because they came expecting, the healing anointing, the deliverance anointing would meet us there. So one night, the pastor was teaching. Okay? And the healing anointing met us. Boom, we there. All of a sudden, she asked me to pray for this young lady and give her a word. And I did. Next thing you know, she was down off all fours. And I saw in her body knots in her back. Okay, I saw it in the spirit first, where she was holding stuff. Okay, so she's on all fours. Okay, that's why healing is, it's not a pretty thing, right? But it worked. So she's on all fours, and I straddled, put my leg on each side of her, and I started praying. And I told the people what I saw. I said, she's carrying different types of pain in her back. And they're like, huh? You know, but they didn't see it yet. I saw it in the spirit. So I straddled on this baby like this. And I started praying. And when I started praying, just what I said, the knots started welling up in her back. Her back will arch up like a cat. And the knots will come up first and her back will do like that. And I would hit them. And pray and pull it out. Pray, pull it out. I call it out, pull it out. Call it. It was, y'all, I clear that baby had 10 or 15 of them things. And every time I would sit, it would knot up. I'll call it out and it would release her and she'll throw up. That baby got so free. And it was so many of them. I couldn't do the full deliverance. Because it would have killed her. And it probably would have killed me. Because that was some work. I was sweating and moving. I'm not a sweater. If I'm sweating, I'm really working. So lo and behold, after everything was over, come to find out, this baby had many, many abortions. And we know what comes with that. I've never had one, but we know what comes with that. If you've had one, I pray that you're going through healing or some type of counseling, because that's something to deal with. I've talked to people that had abortions, and that's a pain. I can only imagine, but I was so grateful that I was able to be in place, a position to help this young lady. So that's what we do. We heal. And usually when Spirit brings somebody in our life to help us, it gets very uncomfortable, because they challenge us in those places where we need healing the most. All types of shit will come up. You'll start to hate the good stuff. Why are you smiling all the time? Why are you doing this all the time? It's like, why are you upset about good things? Because they need healing. And so, that with that being said, I'm seeing Spirit giving me some type of reading where I'm able to tell people what they're carrying, what they're holding in their body. If you have any type of pain in your body, 10 times out of 10, you're carrying something in your emotions. Most of these sicknesses and these diseases is because we're carrying that energy in our body, and it has caused a lifelong sickness. When you're mindful of that, you can heal better. Y'all know I had cancer. Spirit told me where they came from. They told me I had thyroid issues. They may have to operate. I said, oh no, you're trying to, this is my voice. Then so most of the time is your chakras blocked. They told me my cholesterol levels and all of that. I knew I had to get my anxiety in order. It's every sickness is connected to something going on in your emotion and in your thought processes. And if you heal and work with your thought processes, you won't take half the medicine or none of the medicine. Remember I had the migraine? They tried to put me on 5 medications. I said, oh, I need to get my mind right. I need to rest. I need to this. I don't take no damn medication for migraine. I don't take no damn medication for thyroid. I ain't doing it. I can lay hands on myself and release that shit and work with my chakras. What? Come on. And this is stuff too as healers. We begin to tell people to get mad. Well, she thinks she know. Blah, blah, blah. Baby, I'm here. You asked for this. You prayed for this. You said you wanted it. Now you mad because I'm helping you. You think I'm a sugarcoat with you? You think I'm a baby you? You what? Healers heal. And that's what we will continue to do. Maybe I need to have a workshop. Maybe I need to do something for people like me. So you will understand the assignment. And then when personal things happen, you won't take it personal. That's the message. I feel spirit left. That's the message. Ooh, I just got so lightheaded. Somebody needed this message. And within your obedience to your assignment as a healer, it's the things that you desire. If you want a nice house, nice car, nice partner, just do your job. Yes. See, you will be perfect, sis. You will be perfect to help these young women. I've always told you that. Baby, when I lost my mom and I couldn't hold on to a apartment, I let it go. I had a storage with all her stuff in it. I was paying. My siblings wouldn't help me. I asked them, but they were wanting shit out of the storage. I couldn't hold it no more. So I was at my ancestor altar one day, sis, and my mama say, I heard her so clear. She said, why you holding on to that shit? That's how my mama talk. Why you holding on to that shit? Let that shit go. Get you some new stuff, baby. She said, I'm long gone. Get you some new stuff. They don't want to help you pay for it. They keep asking you, let it go. I said, well, mama, I need those pictures out of there. They ain't going to let me, by then I had got behind. And she said, oh, they'll give you the pictures. And they don't give you shit out the storage. Baby, I got them pictures under my bed. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, the creator will never steer you wrong. See, what we try to hold on is physical. And what spirit is trying to get us, let that physical go so I can deposit something spiritual in you. One thing I'll always be is spiritual. I like nice things. I like to look nice. We all do. But one thing I cannot live without, one thing I feel will take me to the grave if I stop being spiritual. I'm going to always be tapped in. And that is how we balance our scales as healers. If it's too much with the materialistic, your anointing, your power is going to go down. But you bring that up, it's supposed to be slightly like that. Or balance the scale. Nothing will go right. And you'll find yourself in a place like, what the hell am I doing here? Let me pray more. Let me read my word more. Let me seek spirit more. Let me do this more. Let me do more rituals. Whatever you do. Because your body and your spirit can't live without it. Outside of this, me being spiritual, there's no life for me. Because this is my life source. Plug back in. I'm going to say it like I feel it. Plug the fuck back in to your source. Whatever that looks like for you. So this was a word for the healer. So somebody was about to give up. Or somebody just sitting there and letting shit happen. It's really to say, get up, rise up, and move forward. Okay? Even though people attack you personally, you can't take it personal. It's not your shit. It's their shit. Okay? Seek spirit. Seek your higher power. What you need to do. And remove yourself or move forward. Ignore the situation. Or get quiet. Whatever spirit tell you to do. But keep on. Keeping on your journey. We need you out here. We need you out here. We need each other. Okay? As long as that healing energy is in the atmosphere, baby, I can just see Sarah's name on the screen. or I can read her post and get the energy and the strength that I need. We need each other. Everybody ain't trying to do this. If this was easy, everybody would be doing it. Okay? I know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm going to do it. Cussing, fussing, praying, playing. This is what I was born to do. I remember, and I'm going to close out with this, I remember my boyfriend had an accident. He played soccer. And he got a big gash in his knee. It was big. He was supposed to go get stitches. And he said, I caught an injury playing soccer. And he sent me a picture. I said, oh, you got to go to the hospital, blah, blah, blah. You know, being the typical girlfriend, right? And so he said, I'm going to be all right, blah, blah, blah. Then he came back and he said, we met up, had our little couple time. And he showed it to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. And I'm still saying, hospital, hospital. He looks me in my face and he says, why do I need to go to the hospital when I have a healer? That thing right there changed my entire life. And I promise you, I don't know if I touched it or just being around him. I promise you, next couple of days or within a week, his knee was healed. He said, I told you, I have a healer. Why am I running to the hospital? You don't understand how powerful you are. Ma'am, sir, kings and queens, gods and goddesses. And you gonna sit there and let people play with you. You better set those boundaries. You better set things in order. And folk gonna get mad. But don't let them play with you because you got too much power in you to be sitting around worried about why. You're on assignment. They need what you have. Period. Period. There's no other way. People need what you have. Whether they receive it, whether they acknowledge it or not. Period. Don't sit there and put up with the bullshit. Because we need you out here. Because there's folk that's going to receive what you have. And they're going to appreciate you. They're going to honor you. My whole new tribe, they look out for the queen. I don't have to beg nobody. I don't have to plead with nobody. They make sure I'm good. They're going to pay for their services. They're going to show up to the meetings. They're going to show love. Because they've been praying for somebody like me to come along. Somebody's praying for somebody like you to come along. Point blank, period. That's the message. Pass it on. All right? I love y'all, healers. Continue healing. You need somebody to talk to. You need some insight. You need some wisdom. You need a reading. I'm here. And I'm going to continue to be here till I can't do it anymore. This is what I was born to do. Ooh, yes, not your shit. We are better together. She said her spiritual life is everything to her. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can identify. Yep. Let it go. You gotta let it go. I can identify, sis. Let it go. Because they're still growing. They're still young. They still have to mature. You know how crazy we were at that age. I had to tell myself when I have an issue with my children, I'm like, oh, okay. I remember when I was there. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. As long as you praying for and God done showed you what God done showed you concerning that baby. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Keep going. Don't let it get your pretty panties in bunches. Keep going. Okay? And you better look good while you're going. Okay? Get your hair done. Go to the salon. Go get your nail. Whatever you do, baby. You better look good while you're going through. Look good while you're going through. Period. You understand? They be like, okay, mama was right. Oh, let me get myself together. Because my mama is phenomenal. Oh, yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad she came to her senses. I'm glad. All right. I love y'all. I'm going on Instagram now. I'm going to do my message of the day. Going to do a healing reading. Since we on this healing thing, I got on my blue. Let's get it. Let's get it. I love y'all. Healers, heal. If you need encouragement and you want to hear somebody with a loud voice speaking into your life, I'm your girl. I love you. Don't give up. Don't stop. Don't quit. You got work to do. And Spirit going to bless you. It may not come from man, but Spirit will always bless you with the things that you want and that you need. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.